Do you ever feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet? Or you're doing okay financially, but need to figure out where you want to be regarding savings? Either way, you're not alone. Many of us could use a little help when it comes to managing our money and making it work harder for us, and that's precisely what I will talk about in this video. So if you're ready to learn some game-changing tips for saving in 2023, stick around. You will want to take advantage of this. I have a story you might relate to. It's about a family I know who struggled to save money due to unforeseen circumstances. Meet the Smiths. They're a hardworking family of 4 living in the suburbs. Mr. Smith worked as a delivery driver, while Mrs. Smith was a stay-at-home mom caring for her 2 kids. They were doing okay financially until their youngest child was diagnosed with a rare medical condition that required expensive treatments and medications. Despite having health insurance, the medical bills started piling up, and the Smiths lived paycheck to paycheck to keep up with expenses. On top of that, they also had debt to pay off, student loans, and their monthly mortgage payments stretched their budget even further.
A big lesson for you is that it's nothing to do with the house, the car, the student loan. It has to do with where's the cash flowing. If the cash is flowing into your income statement, into your pocket, it's an asset. It's good debt.
The family had to cut back on their expenses, so they started cooking meals at home instead of eating out, canceled their cable subscription, and limited their shopping trips. However, no matter how hard they tried to save, it always seemed like there was something that came up and took their money away. When the Smiths reached out to a financial advisor, they learned about some money-saving tips that could help them get back on track. Slowly, but surely, the Smiths were able to start saving money and paying off their debts. It wasn't easy, but they were determined to secure their finances and their family's fortune. Now it's time to move to the section we are all waiting for. The 6 ways to save money. Tip number 1. Invest in quality items that will last longer rather than buying cheap things that need frequent replacing. Do you often buy cheap items only to have them break down or wear out in a few months? It's frustrating, right? I've been there too, and it wastes money, time, and effort. Here's some advice. Invest in quality items that will last longer. I know what you're thinking, but those things are so expensive. Trust me, I understand. But think about it. Instead, spend $20 on a cheap item that you'll have to replace in a few months, or pay $50 on a quality item that will last you years. It might seem like a lot of money up front, but in the long run, you'll save yourself time, effort, and money. Plus, you'll have a product you can rely on and won't have to worry about replacing it anytime soon. So think twice before buying the cheap option next time you shop. Ask yourself, will this last me a long time, or will I have to replace it soon? Investing in quality items is worth it, and you won't regret it. Trust me, I've learned this lesson the hard way.
Chaos eats these dollars for breakfast.
Tip number 2. Consider negotiating for a better deal or price for bills and other services. Have you ever received a bill or statement for a service and thought it was too high? Or maybe you're trying to budget and cut down on your expenses, and you're wondering if there's any way to reduce the amount you're paying. Here's a tip. Be bold and negotiate a better deal or price. That's right, many companies are willing to work with you and may even offer discounts or better prices if you ask. You'd be surprised how effective it can be to pick up the phone, call the company, and ask if any promotions or discounts are available. After all, they want to retain you as a customer, and it's in their best interest to make you happy. It's important to note that negotiating a better deal or price doesn't always work, but it's always worth a try. And even if you don't receive a discount, the worst that can happen is that you're told no. So feel free to speak up and ask for what you want. You might be pleasantly surprised by the results. Number 3. Be mindful of hidden costs and fees, especially when making financial decisions. Have you ever made a purchase and when you receive the bill, you're shocked at the amount? You're not alone.
But you're starting to ask yourself, where the flip's this money going? And that's kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah, too much stupid in grocery stores and in restaurants. And so getting down to the root of it, you taking a look, get some bank statements out. Go back and look at the last 3 months and find out that category where you're bleeding money.
Sometimes we don't consider the financial decision's hidden costs and fees. Imagine you're at a car dealership, ready to buy a shiny new car. The salesman tells you the price, and you're thrilled it's within your budget. But have you considered the sales tax, registration fees, and dealer fees? Suddenly, the price is increased and you're not thrilled anymore. It's essential to be mindful of these hidden costs and fees to avoid surprises later on. Whether buying a car, getting a loan, or investing money, always read the fine print and ask questions. Refrain from letting these hidden costs and fees catch you off guard. Stay informed, be vigilant, and make sure you're making the best financial decisions for your future.
You've spent a little time dreaming, I want you to start dreaming again and thinking about, okay, when I'm 40 years old, this is exactly who I want to be. I want to be owning a business, and I'm doing this, 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 and this. And then you start thinking about that, and you go, okay, what have I got to do to get there? Well, I got to get some training in this. I may have to take a class or two in that.
Tip number 4. Use a tool like Clean My Mac to optimize your computer and extend its lifespan. If you're like most people, you rely heavily on your computer, but did you know that over time your computer can start to slow down and become less efficient? To keep your computer running smoothly and extend its lifespan, consider using a tool like Clean My Mac. It's an easy way to optimize your computer and keep it running like new. Tip number 5. Try maintenance before a replacement for outdated items. Suppose you have an older car that's not running as well as it used to. Consider replacing it with a newer model, but before you do that, consider taking it for a tune-up or repairs. How much longer your car will last with little maintenance might surprise you. It could save you money and time in the long run. The same principle applies to other items as well. Instead of replacing an old phone or computer, consider doing a factory reset or upgrading some components. You can improve its performance and extend its lifespan. The key is to take good care of the items that you already have. Regular maintenance, cleaning, and repairs can keep them functioning properly for longer. Plus, it's better for the environment and your wallet to use what you already have rather than buying something new. Number 6. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt before saving. Think of it this way. The interest on your debt is like a leak in your finances. That leak will keep draining your resources no matter how much you save.
As a fellow math nerd, on paper, you're like, well, I should pay off the highest interest debt first. That makes sense mathematically. I'll pay the least amount in interest.
By paying off high-interest debt first, you're plugging that leak and freeing up more money for saving. So consider your debt and plan to pay off the highest interest debts first. It may not be the most exciting or glamorous thing to do, but it's a crucial step toward financial freedom. Trust me, your future self will thank you.
That's highest interest rate to smallest interest rate first.
So you made it to the end of the 6 tips for saving money, and I bet you're thinking, now what? Implementing these tips into your life is the next step. It might not be easy initially, but saving money for long-term financial stability and security is worth it. Picture this. You can pay off debt faster, build an emergency fund, and even save for big life goals like buying a house or taking a dream vacation. It sounds pretty great. Now let me share a personal story with you. When I was younger, I thought saving money was impossible. But one day, I decided to try out some of the tips we shared, and slowly but surely, I started to see a difference. I was able to pay off my credit card debt and even save up enough money to start my own business.
The more you win, the more fired up you get, and the deeper you sacrifice. And the less you worry about what other people think or say, and the more you lean in and push this through. And so that's the reasoning behind it.
So what are you waiting for? Take that first step toward financial stability and implement these tips today. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Please share your experiences or ideas in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please like and share it with your friends and family, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, check out my next one on screen. I'm excited to share my upcoming content with you, and I hope you'll join me on the journey. Your support means everything to me, and I'm grateful for every view, like, and comment. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the following video.